Since the first exoplanets were discovered in the 1990s, all sorts of strange and wondrous worlds have been discovered orbiting faraway stars outside our solar system. With hundreds confirmed and the number of exoplanets discovered daily, around half of all sun-like stars are thought to have the potential to support life. That equates to approximately 300 million potentially livable worlds in our galaxy. For more on this, find out what makes a planet habitable. But do not pack your bags just yet, as these strange planets demonstrate you could be in for a holiday from hell. Moreover, with a slew of additional exoplanet hunting missions in the works, more unusual worlds could be discovered in the coming years. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more information before proceeding. Click the bell icon to receive notifications of new videos. Have you already done this? Let us start. Number 10. HD 189773b, where glass showers sideways. This horror world is only 64 light-years distant from Earth and is the closest hot Jupiter to it. It may appear to be a beautiful deep blue marble drifting serenely in space, but if you were to visit this gigantic gas giant, you would quickly regret it. You would be shredded by glass rain and whirled violently by winds gusting at 8,700 kilometers per hour. The reflection of silicate causes the planet's lovely blue hue in its atmosphere. Silicate that, when heated by the planet's lethal 1300 degrees Celsius temperature, creates glass grains. Number 9. TOI 849b, a world stripped bare. It's no fun on TOI 849b, which NASA's Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite TESS discovered in 2020. This exoplanet orbits its star so closely that a year passes in 18 hours. Constant birthday parties, on the other hand, are pointless because there is no atmosphere, and the 1530 degrees Celsius heat would melt the cake. What makes TOI 849b particularly peculiar is its oddly hybrid nature. While it's roughly the size of a gas giant Neptune, it is dense and rocky rather than gaseous. It's the largest rocky world ever discovered, 40 times the size of Earth. It could even be the first Chthonian planet discovered, the bare remaining core of a gas giant whose atmosphere has been blown away. Number 8. WASP-12b, an inflated planet in a death spiral. WASP-12b is spiraling inwards towards doom at the hands of its yellow dwarf host star, just 3 million years from its fiery destruction. According to new research, the planet, 600 light-years away in the Auriga constellation, has begun wobbling and warping under the influence of the star's gravity. In contrast, powerful stellar radiation has caused it to blow up so much that it is coming apart. Number 7. Rogue worlds, exoplanets on the loose. Many exoplanets may be frightening and unfriendly and vary in size, color, and density, yet they always do one thing consistently: orbit a star. Do they or don't they? While most planets orbit around their sun, some worlds are free to traverse the galaxy. Life is dark and freezing for these nomads, adrift in space, with no parent star to light and warm them. Detecting these difficult-to-detect rogue planets will be one of NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope's missions, when it launches in 2025. OT-44 is one such planet, approximately 550 light-years away in the constellation Chameleon. This cosmic wanderer is 11 times the mass of Jupiter and is predicted to have a cloud of dust, rock, and circumstellar ice disk. Another is the recently discovered Ogle 2016 BLG 1928. It's one of the lowest mass objects ever discovered using microlensing techniques and is likely smaller than Earth. Number 6. 55 CANCRI e, a diamond planet. This exoplanet, which orbits the Sun like host star 55 CANCRI a, could be a real find. The first super-Earth was discovered around a main sequence star. It was assumed to be so rich in carbon that its interior was composed of diamond due to enormous pressure and 2700 degrees Celsius temperatures. Recent research has cast doubt on the diamond explanation, indicating less carbon than previously assumed, although the nature of 55 CANCRI e remains cryptic and contentious. Number 5. TRES-2b is the darkest exoplanet discovered. It is so dark. It's impossible to tell what form it is. Light seems to fall into it. The Ford Perfect in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy may have been discussing Hotback Deseado's limo ship, but he might just as quickly have been referring to TRES-2b. It was discovered in 2011 by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope and is the darkest known exoplanet, reflecting less than 1% of all light that strikes it. TRES 2b is the darkest planet or moon ever discovered, orbiting a star 750 light-years away in the direction of the constellation Draco. It is darker than the darkest lump of coal or any dark acrylic paint you have ever used. "It's absurd how black this planet is," said Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics lead author David Kipping. Number 4. Kelt 9b, the hottest exoplanet. Kelt 9b, an exoplanet similar to Jupiter, is so hot that it's hotter than many stars. It orbits so near its sun that its surface sizzles at 4,300 degrees Celsius, so hot that its atmosphere contains atomic iron and titanium, and a year lasts less than a day and a half. Researchers discovered that the tremendous temperatures on the planet's day side force molecules of hydrogen gas to split apart, only to rejoin when they float to the slightly colder perpetual night side before being torn apart again when they return to the furnace. Number 3. HR 5183b. The planet with the maddest orbit, HR 5183b, is a no-hassle-to-orbit its star. It is a galumphing behemoth 3 times the size of our giant planet, Jupiter, that ambles about in 74 years, but near to Uranus's 84 years. Its peculiar orbit is remarkable, which sees it hovering on the outside of its system before a slingshotting towards the center, reaching a hair's breadth from its host star before pulling away again. This wild behavior has earned it the nickname the Whiplash Planet. It has also been compared to a wrecking ball because of its anticipated disastrous effect on other planets attempting to orbit more conventionally. Number 2. K2-18b, where a swim could turn you into a vapor. K2-18b, which has twice the radius and 8 times the mass of Earth, has been a leading contender for an Earth-like planet for years. Thus, it was with great excitement that water was identified in K2 atmosphere 18b in 2019. For the first time, we discovered a rocky planet circling near its star's habitable zone, where liquid water may pool on the surface. However, before we could fantasize about luxuriating in exotic oceans, it was discovered that K2-18b is more like the considerably less welcoming mini-Neptunes, worlds with a thick hydrogen atmosphere, a watery layer, and a rocky iron core, where temperatures and pressures are far too high to host life. According to a new study, K2-18b could lie in a third zone, worlds that appear to be gaseous mini-Neptunes but are rocky planets covered in superheated, supercompressed seas with water that resides halfway between liquid and gas capped by steamy water vapor atmosphere. Unfortunately, we must store our swimming suits for the time being. Number 1. HAT P7b is an extremely hot Jupiter with a blue sky. HAT P7b is more significant than Jupiter and has an orbital plane tilted 108 degrees relative to its host star, indicating that it's nearly in polar orbit. It's so near the star that a year in this world is less than 3 days. It's more than 20 times closer to the star than the Earth is to the Sun. Temperatures on HAT P7b reach around 2200 degrees Celsius during the day, making it hotter than many stars. As a result, the exoplanet is classified as an ultra-hot Jupiter. It is nevertheless one of the darkest known worlds, about as dark as charcoal, absorbing almost 97% of visible light that is shown into it. The video for today has concluded. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to view more material. Do not forget to click the bell symbol to receive notifications when new videos are posted. I will leave you with this and hope to see you in the next video.